All right, so this is one of the options that I'm going to show you in order to create your life roadmap. So we've already discussed that you had your planning sheet to create your 10 events, and that you have your 3 different options. So we talked about the first one, which is what we have done in the past, where you create your own poster with paper and can draw your map and write out your sentences with pencil and then go back and color it, decorate it, all that. The second option I'm offering that's different than last year is the Google Slides option, where you create one event from your roadmap per slide. And that kind of helps you personalize it, put your 2 sentences on there. You can put pictures, all that kind of stuff in a digital way instead of paper copy. But then there's this resource called Time Toast that I'm also going to offer you. That's maybe something a little different that you haven't used before. It's specifically for timelines, and so that's a really useful tool, but something different too. So I'm going to show you how to use that real quick. So timetoast.com is where you would go, and when you first do it, you would need to click sign up in order to create your account. And we're just going to do the basic one that's $0. We're not paying for anything. And so when you choose your plan, you'll have to pick your username, and you'll use your school email, your normal password, and just a security question, make sure it works, and you'll create your account. So I can help you with that when you get to that step if you choose this option, but otherwise we're going to sign in to mine so you can see what I've been working on. So give me 1 second. Okay, so when you sign in, you will be able to come to your dashboard. That's what this is called. So if you ever need to get back to it, dashboard is up here. And here are your timelines. And you can see I have one from a class that I did that I've already practiced one. But then I started my own life roadmap so that you can see what yours might look like. And I only have a few events on here that I'll show you here in just a second, but here's what you'll do. Actually, here's what you'll do to get started is you'll go to add timeline before you have any here. And that will allow you to write your title, so you can put your name and say life roadmap. The other drop downs aren't too important for you, and then you can upload a picture if you would like to kind of represent you, whatever sums you up. If you happen to have a picture of you, you can use that, or if there's just some clip art you could find that works for you, you could upload that here and use it to create your timeline. But since I already have one, I'm going to show you mine. So when you have one that you're already working on, since this won't be something you get done in one day, you'll click on here and you have the option to view it, edit it, delete it, and collaborate. And right now it's a draft. We'll make it public later so that not only I can see it, but your peers can see it, and we can even publish it perhaps and see what feedback we could get. So I'm going to click edit so that we can see what it'll look like. And you can see I put only like 3 events in here at the moment, but you can see my title. I put a picture of me and my puppy Cora up here so that you can kind of tell that this is about me and this is about my life. And then I started to add a few pictures and clip art to kind of represent that event. So I start with my birthday, and you can see on the timeline there's this dot to kind of show here's where it starts, and then it moves down to the next one, so on and so forth, so that they're in order. So this one I had a specific date. Since it's my birthday, I was able to put that. But you can see on some of them I have just a year because I didn't know the specific date, and so I really just gave a month and a year. And sometimes I said it in my sentence so you could tell what time frame it was. But otherwise, it just shows the year to keep it in order. And you can see I've got my 2 sentences per event here. You can do more, but at least 2 sentences is what we've talked about. So I'm going to show you how to add an event. So that's what we want. And the one I'm going to choose to do is related to you guys, but from a few years ago when I got my first job. And so that's what I'm going to title this. And then I'm going to write my 2 sentences. So I'll say, my first major life event after college was when I got hired for my first full-time job. I'm going to say on July, because I remember the exact date, July 23rd of 2014, I was hired to teach 6th grade math and language arts at Kingsley Junior High School. And I know it says Kingsley is spelled wrong, but it's not. That is correct. So there are my 2 sentences. And since I know the exact date, I'm going to put that over here so they'll be able to put it exactly in order with the others. And here's where you can find a picture. So I already have a picture that I'm going to upload, but if you didn't, what you can do, if you have a picture or maybe you just want to find some clip art, you can pick on one of these, and when you right click on it, you can save that image. And I've just been saving it to my desktop, so you can see a couple other things that I've saved there already. And that's where you'll be able to find it later. But since I already have mine there, I'm going to click upload, and I'm already in that folder. So this is the picture I'm going to use because it's of our team, and I think it really represents this time frame well and how I've done with my team at Kingsley so far. So that's that picture I'm going to use, and I'm going to create the event, and you'll see it right here. Okay. So that's what you'll do, but you'll end up with 10 events, and they can be towards the beginning of your life, towards the end. They could even be future that haven't happened yet that you think might happen, but lots of options for you. So then the last thing I want to show you is back at the dashboard. Here's where we can view it so you can see your final product. So you can see how it is all spread out. So towards the beginning, when all these events are closer together, you can see how they're scrunched up towards the beginning, but then I've got this one at the end that's a little bit further back, and so you can see how the timeline progresses, and you might see how there's some events in the middle, more towards the end, etc. Okay, and when we get to it, I will show you that all we need to do is copy and paste this link up here, and we will put that somewhere in Google Classroom where you can email it to me. We'll figure out that as the time comes, and I can show you more then. But that's really how you use this, and if there are any questions, feel free to ask me. But I'll show you one more thing. Here's one of my timelines I've already done for one of the classes I've taken, and so you can see how it has a few more events and how they're kind of all spread out, and you can see each individual event, but you can also look at it from the wide view, full screen view, and I can even switch it so instead of a timeline, it's in a list so that you can see the individual events a little bit more clearly or closer up. Okay, and this one had a little more writing than what we're going to do, but you get the idea. So good luck creating. I can't wait to see your life roadmaps.